Hello everyone and welcome to another First Descendant video. My name is Brian if you happen to be new to the channel, but if you're a returning subscriber, welcome in and welcome back. Thanks for being a part of this and thanks for pushing us ever closer to 75,000 subscribers here on the channel. I want to talk to you guys today about how I'm actually having a hard time putting down this game. Now, when I say that is that right now at the time of this recording, the open cross-play beta is going on and I've been able to go hands-on with it, and I've been able to stream this game to my Logitech G Cloud as well as play it on my main PC, and both of these experiences have been top notch. Now, to set some context for those of you who've never seen the content here at the channel, I really was sad that Anthem was shut down, that they didn't do the 2.0, the Anthem Next that they were teasing, that they were working towards. And when I step into the first Descendant, while the name seems a little bit strange to me, overall, there is this sense of awesomeness and hope and excitement that I'm having for the game itself. That's not to say that my experience has been absolutely like a masterpiece. There is a little bit of a level of a little jank that kind of pops up, but I've been able to kind of address a few of my biggest critiques on the gameplay by just adjusting my controller settings and their sensitivity slightly, and then also having a good understanding of sprinting and not sprinting during combat scenarios. And those two changes aside have made my experience thus far actually really exciting. And that is when you start to dip into the longevity that these games tend to provide. This is going to be a free-to-play game. So from a worth perspective, I haven't spent a dime. Obviously, the game hasn't been even fully released yet, but when it is released, having access to it, to be able to touch it, to be able to play it, does have a kind of a natural draw to it. There isn't any risk if I don't like it. If the Nexion, if they want to do weird things with the monetization in the cash shop, whether that starts or changes, that's one of the things I always try to remind people, is just because something comes in with a really nice, kind of monetization system doesn't mean that it will always remain that way. Games as a service, in a way, invokes the sense that things can change and will change, and hopefully change for the better. But that's a lot about us as gamers and working kind of in a partnership or a relationship with the developers, with our feedback there in and there out. So we'll have to keep you guys up to date on those changes. So what I would recommend in this case is that, and what I'm hoping for when it comes to this game itself, is that I really like the gameplay and I'm surprised by just how deep it ends up being. So ultimately, I'm rooting for this game to become some form, not a Destiny killer, don't curse this game with that term, but some form of competition for those who want that PvE shooter experience. And being that it's not first person, it does give another perspective to how you enjoy these games. Big Gears of War fan here, and I like the third person shooter, and I like how this game gives me a sense of Phantasy Star Online, a sense of Wayfinder, a sense of what Anthem could have been, and a little bit of Destiny, all kind of rolled into one fine package and one fine experience that personally, again, I'm having a hard time putting down. I know that that day will come, this game will go out of closed beta, and that's where I actually have a lot of admiration for the developers. This isn't the first beta that they have produced. This isn't the first time we've seen and had access to this game. They put it out there, they let people play it, then they went back to work and took the feedback that a lot of people had from the first round and have worked to implement that. So we don't know specifically the release date, but personally speaking, based off of what I've played, if they decide to push this into spring of 2024, I think that's going to give them a really good shot at the landscape. If they try to launch this year, I'm sure they can adjust some of the things that I've seen that aren't really game breaking or even immersion breaking, but at the end of the day, I feel like they have a full product and it does feel exciting to see. Now, there's still unknowns, and that's with any games as a service. What is the loot going to look like? What's that loot grind going to be? What's that chase? How is that going to impact you? And that's only going to be a function of time, and one that I'll be sure to give you guys follow-up content when and if we have clearer pictures, and also that we're still having fun. I think the whole point of these things is have fun, and when you stop having fun, step away. But I appreciate the loot. I actually really enjoy the mission structure. You haven't seen like all enemy types in this case, but it does seem like I can kind of get this sense of where it's going. I like that whenever I'm doing a mission and other people are also doing that same mission, it automatically groups us together and we start working together as a team. I don't have to stop the action. I don't have to start planning what I'm doing. The game just handles it for me. And the fact that it's also crossplay is a really good indicator for the future health of this game, because that means you can build communities around the game rather than having them walled off. If they were going to have this walled off, there's no way they could go toe-to-toe. And not that they do right away go toe-to-toe with what Destiny offers, but Destiny offers the ability for people to just play together, and so does this game. And I think that's important and very critical for multiplayer games, especially in this genre. And I want to be excited because I don't feel like we've had a really good third-person shooter that is this shared world shooter. Outriders did a little bit of good things that I enjoyed from a story narrative perspective, but it left a lot of want to continue to do that grind. I think they nailed it a few things in that case, and I think the first Descendant kind of picks up that torch, and right now, in my mind, from where I sit, stands alone in terms of this specific genre and what it proposes to offer to us as players. Like I said, anything can change, and if it does, I'll be sure to tell you about it. And that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. Lots of games, lots of coverage coming out. I cannot wait to go hands-on with Cyberpunk 2077 today. And I was asked about the last video because it did not have a class dismissed. Not that every video will, but I did post basically a class dismissed over on X, aka Twitter. If you guys are interested, you can go follow me there. Post a lot of different stuff, a lot of exclusive videos, and these videos there too. So watch wherever you enjoy videos, and thanks so much for being here. Anyway, my name is Brian. This has been Ginger Prime talking about the first Descendant. My initial impressions: is it worth it? Yeah, it's absolutely worth checking it out, seeing if you vibe with it in any stretch of the imagination. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, and it seems like it's going to be an interesting ride, to say the least. Anyway, like, sub, share if you feel like it. Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're looking for somebody to team up with when this game does launch, be sure to check out the Discord, and the links are all in the description for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. But until then, take care.